milestone. We are so pleased to have you as a part of our show today. Lucas is back there making it happen. We're waiting patiently. Well, not waiting patiently because the time is upon us. 615-737-1045 is the number. That's how you get involved because this is one of our favorite times a week. Now, I feel like I got to reset this. I don't do it enough, Lucas. This is why it's weird that I do sports talk radio because I have zero background or training in sports talk radio. Just somebody who sits in front of a microphone for 3 hours a day. I feel like we got to reset every once in a while what it is that we do each Wednesday at 11 o'clock. If you are new to the show, welcome. If you have been here a while, you know what time it is. It is our time to unleash our frustrations on the dumbest thing in sports this week. Give it to me.
Let's be honest. You've already seen something this week that made you say,
What the is this?
That's bullshit.
What the hell? Give me some more now.
something so mind-numbingly idiotic that you just want to get it off your chest.
Dumber than a second coat of paint.
Some idiot. You are really dumb. For real.
It's the dumbest thing in sports this week on the Buck Rising Show.
Get in there. 615-737-1045. That's how you let us know what the dumbest thing in sports this week was. Now, I had a couple of nominees, and I'm hopeful. I am hopeful for us as a society, as a country, as a nation, that we can all, regardless of political affiliation or belief, race, sex, creed, or religion, I'm hopeful that when I put this dumbest thing in sports in front of you today, that we can all objectively laugh. No matter which side of the aisle you are on, if you are on a particular side of the aisle. Because it comes from a statement from the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. Now, we know that President Trump plays a lot of golf. And we know that that's, he's often photographed or pictured with people playing golf. Now, I feel like as soon as I've said President Trump's name into the microphone, that I'm going to get a response from people one way or the other. I would say to you, please, just bear with me for a moment. Because this is one of the most, I would want this to be my dumbest thing in sports if it was Obama. I would want this to be my dumbest thing in sports if it was Joe Biden. I would want this to be my dumbest thing in sports if this was Jimmy Carter or Richard Nixon. Rest in peace. I don't care. I just don't care. Because Donald Trump apparently hit a hole-in-one this weekend on a golf course. I'm not sure which golf course. Well, actually, he tells us which golf course because Donald Trump, he's not on Twitter anymore. We all know this. And he wants people to know that he hit a hole-in-one. So what do you do, Lucas, if you don't have Twitter to tell everybody that you hit a hole-in-one? What do?
You put out a press release.
You put out a press release. So I have in front of me a press release from the office of Donald J. Trump dated March 28th, 2022. I don't know how this made it 2 days without me finding this. Statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. Many people are asking, so I'll give it to you now. It is 100% true. He doesn't say what's happened yet, by the way. It is 100% true. While playing with the legendary golfer Ernie Els, winner of 4 majors and approximately 72 other tournaments throughout the world, Gene Sowers, winner of the Senior U.S. Open, Ken Duke and Mike Goods, both excellent tour players. I made a hole-in-one. It took place at Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, Florida on the 7th hole, which was playing 181 yards into a slight wind. I hit a 5-iron, which sailed magnificently into a rather strong wind, with approximately 5 feet of cut, whereupon it bounced twice and then went clank into the hole. These great tour players noticed it before I did because their eyes are slightly better, but on that one hole only, their swings weren't. Anyway, there's a lot of chatter about it, quite exciting, and people everywhere seem to be asking for the facts. Playing with that group of wonderful, talented golfers was a lot of fun. The match was Ernie and me with no strokes against Gene, Mike, and Ken. I won't tell you who won because I'm a very modest individual, and you will then say I was bragging. And people don't like people who brag, ! Watch the video here with a hyperlink. I mean, come on.
It is true. Is the first thing. The rumors you hear ring true.
I swear to God, I love this so much. Lucas, the next time we do anything that's of note, Like, I don't care if it's like I don't know how many shows we've done. We should probably be keeping count of these kind of things. But like any kind of menial accomplishment, it doesn't even have to be an accomplishment. Although, listen, if you don't have social media and there's only like 4 of your buddies out there playing golf, you want to tell everybody that you got a hole in one. The idea of a press release for this. I don't even think it's the dumbest thing in sports. I wish that I could put on paper, on print, from the office of Buck A.K. Rising. Many people are asking, so I'll give it to you now. It's 100% true. I hit a hole in one.
I think it would have to come from Cumulus Nashville, right?
From the office, from the studios of Cumulus Nashville.
Right. Just like there was a press release announcing the Buck Rising show on 104.5 The Zone. I think we could put together a corporate press release if you ever hit a hole in one, which you probably never will in your lifetime.
I mean, are you kidding me? I haven't picked up a golf club since before football season. There's zero. I mean, but I think even golfers would look at this and say, you could spend an entire day just like with not even with the intention of playing golf, but just with the intention of getting a hole in one, and it never happened.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Like that's just it's absurd. Like it is a legitimate athletic accomplishment, a feat that you would want everybody to know about it if it happened to you. I don't even think it's my dumbest thing in sports this week. I think it's tremendous. I want to do press releases for every small thing that ever happens to us in the rest of the history of this show. Bravo. What's your dumbest thing in sports?
My dumbest thing in sports this week is the Washington football team, because I continue to be stunned at how much they gave up for Carson Wentz, who was quite a depreciating asset after the conclusion of the regular season, where he completely bumbled a loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars to put the Colts out of playoff contention. So we mentioned Jim Irsay in his conversation with Colts reporter Zach Kiefer on The Athletic. The quote from Jim Irsay about Carson Wentz: "I wish Carson well. I think he has a chance to go into a different environment and play great in Washington. It's just for us, it was something we had to move away from as a franchise. It was very obvious." So the Colts sent Wentz to Washington in return for 2 third-round picks, one of which can become a second-round pick, depending on how much Carson Wentz plays this season. Irsay confirmed to Kiefer on Tuesday that they would have considered cutting him and eating his $15 million guarantee if they had not found a trade partner. I read that as they definitely would have cut him and eaten that $15 million if they had not found a trade partner, because the Colts were way past Carson Wentz. Chris Ballard said at the time it looked like the right decision. Everything pointed to them moving on from their quarterback, whether or not they found a trade partner. And yet the Washington football team, thinking maybe third time's the charm for Carson Wentz, gave up 2 third-round picks, one which could become a second if he stays healthy and plays a certain percentage of snaps this season.
It's really bad, man. It's really bad. And all of that, by the way, that Jim Irsay was he was forcing his organization's hand into trading Carson Wentz.
Oh, they were done with him. Done.
And this was, it sounded like it was far before, the epic collapses at home against Vegas and then on the road against Jacksonville in the final 2 weeks of the regular season. But yeah, the Washington football team. See, I thought what you were going to do, they were the first out there on football Twitter with a Will Smith, Chris Rock meme that was terrible. Oh. It was about the draft.
Oh, no.
Like, it was really, really bad. But they were like the first out there into the breach, always. Thank you, Washington football team, for perpetually being a laughingstock. And when there's just so little funny about them in reality about their situation.
I mean, what leverage did the Colts have here? Right?
Oh, none.
Washington takes on the entirety of his contract on top of all of that.
Think about how much better Washington feels today if they had the ability to trade for Matt Ryan as opposed to Carson Wentz.
Right.